I'm treating the first 2 to 3 games of this season as preseason. I am choosing not to like take things far too seriously and make anything that happens, whether it's a win, lose, player playing well, player not playing well, too seriously, because we had no preseason games. Everybody's still rusty. So the game on Thursday was the Flames looked okay, but I got kind of bored of that game after a while. Like it was nice to see a little bit of there was a little bit of like feistiness and stuff that I think like carried over from the play-in round back in the springtime. But that game was boring, whatever. I kind of stopped paying attention, not gonna lie. I have to kind of work my way back into watching hockey. Last night's game was definitely better. I was trying not to overwhelm myself too much by like trying to pay attention to like every single thing that was happening, but the Flames looked good last night. I know that like we're gonna probably bring up some topics, so I won't get too much into details of why I feel that way, but yeah, I'm happy just for hockey to be back, and yeah, I'm sad that like I have one game tomorrow, and then the Flames are off for 5 days, so I'm gonna have to probably watch some Canucks hockey, unfortunately.
Gross.
Oh darn!
Felt cringeworthy. Well, we'll leave the Canucks here. Devin, what were your how are you feeling?
Feeling good. That first game, it was a bit of a clusterfuck since there was no preseason, like Heidi was saying. But they're good things to take away from that. I thought Markstrom played well in that first game. He's probably should stay in the net a little bit more, but it didn't result in a goal against, which is good. But I thought that overall we played pretty well. And then this last game yesterday against the Canucks, I thought they played amazing. Not amazing, but good enough for their second game of the year, and obviously good enough for the win. So, and I mean, the better team won.
I think my big two takeaways is let's start with number one here, which is Markstrom. If I can find him on the little ticker there, someone will. He just brings Heidi and Devin. He just brings a different presence to the net. Like when it was 2-0 last night, when Dubé scored that second goal, I honestly was like, I don't think the Canucks are not coming back. The Flames are going to win, and I never had that feeling with Smith or Rittich, Talbot, Elliott, Hiller, Ramo,
McDonald,
et cetera.
Like he just brings a different confidence to the Flames net. And if someone brought this up last night, it's not because he's 6'6". I mean, it's part of it, but he just has a different presence. Like he literally acts like a number one goaltender. Like there's.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He has looked really good. It's not gonna lie, I've spent the past couple off and on like since the Flames have picked up Markstrom. I did my research. Basically, I asked Sean a lot about Markstrom in general. I know and even from like the little bit that I had watched him play in Vancouver, like I know he likes to go on his little adventures outside the net. So I already was yelling on Thursday for Markey to get back in the net. I did that to all the other Flames goaltenders too. So it was that part. I'm gonna still always be triggered by other Flames goaltenders, and so that's just gonna be a thing. But you're right. Like he seems to exude a little bit more confidence in the net. I know some of the saves he made last night. Like you just see him clasp the glove and the whistle goes, and he's not scrambling to actually make the saves, which it gives me. It makes me feel a little bit hopeful, but as I mentioned off the top, I am not gonna I'm not going to be like some of the Flames fans I've already seen on social media last night and this morning, just singing his high praises just yet. It's only the second game.
Yeah, he does bring that presence. He has that aura about him. Just calm within the net and able to when there is a bit of a onslaught in the defensive zone, you know that he will have that first shot, and it's up to the defense and it's up to the team to get the puck out after that first shot. And it still doesn't feel real to me. It still feels like a dream a little bit that we have this number one goalie. So it's a nice change, and moving in from the back end out as well. Chris Tanev, I cannot say enough good things about him for the first two games, and as everybody knows on this podcast, because he was a Canuck, he is so calming. There were so many times in that first game where I was panicking a little bit, but then he was able to elude the pressure and get the puck into a non-threatening part of the defensive zone and able to get it out. And it was just it was a breath of fresh air, because there's so many comparisons between him and Hamonic, and I did not see that from Hamonic last year, as far as having that ability to calm things down when it seems to get a bit scrambly. So right now, over the moon happy with both of these pickups and from the offseason. And if it keeps going, great. And I know there's going to be ebbs and flows to this year. So you just got to roll with the punches. But as of right now, I'm happy to be a Flames fan.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think well, maybe I'm sorry, Kevin. I'll since Devin kind of transitioned into talking about Tanev there before you threw it over. So I'll let Sean here be play producer and put the little Tanev thing across the banner.
Kevin,
yeah, I was really happy with Tanev yesterday. I know the broadcast, and I think just in general was really praising him for the penalty kill. I don't know if I said this to Sean last night. He agreed with me, but like I didn't really see it talking about anywhere else. But the reason why I thought that he looked so good on that penalty kill is because he should, coming from the Canucks organization, probably know exactly what the Canucks do on their power play. And probably knows exactly who is going to be making shots. So he knew where to go stand and throw himself in front of a shot. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's kind of like, I was very impressed with him just throwing himself in front of the puck against his former team. But yeah, I thought that was a very interesting play by him, but it was just it was great. Like I was really happy to see that. But again, I think people might have been a little bit too overexcited last night, and I think we just need to calm down, because we know what can happen in Flames hockey. So just chill.
Still 54 more games to go.
Well, yeah, exactly.
How many more times did the Flames play the Canucks?
9 times.
9. Yeah.
And speaking of which, if this is any indication, and obviously all the rest of the 9 games aren't going to go the same way, but I feel like if this is what it's going to be like playing against Markstrom and Tanev, I'm not going to enjoy this.
The way I looked at that game is the Canucks aren't clicking yet, especially on the power play, and when they aren't playing with confidence and clicking on the power play, they get a little robotic with how they move the puck, especially in that umbrella setup that they have with Petey and Besser on the wings and Hughes at the top. There's too much predictability, and Tanev definitely was able to anticipate a lot of what they were doing, and a lot of that was because A, he's a smart player and a really good player, and B, he knows he's practiced against that power play for all of last year. So yeah, I think he looked a little bit better than he may look against other teams, but he was still played a really good game.